Hi, I'm Matthaeus, and welcome to Puppetry, Poetry for Truth, Episode 9. Oh, wait a second. Yes, Episode 9, sorry. I'd like you to take a look at our new stage light. Just put that in. Hopefully it'll look good when we upload the video, so hopefully. I'll start out with a poem, and then we can get to the issue I was just going to discuss today. This is... Let's see, let me find that poem because I can't remember exactly the title. Let me see. Okay. It's called Coming Home. Remember who you are and come home. With him you are never alone. Remember at your own pace. When you get there, it's a wonderful place. Yes, home is a great place. And the current reality that we're in is not home. But we're going to make it home. We're going to help. We're going to help fix things. I want to talk about the incident with Cliven Bundy and the racist remarks. As usual, the mainstream media took something out of context and just used that one part, what he said. Let's see, hold on. Guerrilla Media Network interviewed Cliven Bundy. Pete Santilli knows this man, and he is not racist. The words that he used, as the mainstream media showed, that clip was not the entire clip. The words that he used, I feel were a little unfair, and could have been taken the wrong way. I understand. Here at Puppetry, Poetry for Truth, we accept everyone of all colors. We have no problem with anybody's looks. You can see there's a picture of Mark Cloverfield, and Mark Cloverfield is a multicolor, a rag doll of multicolor. So I mean, we have multicolored rag dolls and all different colors. So I mean, if you got a problem with color, that's your issue. But this man ended up saying something that sounded like what he said sounded cruel, but he didn't mean it that way. And I wrote something to try to explain what he was talking about. Yes, and for anyone who has a problem with how someone looks or what ailments they may have or your situation in life, by doing that, whoever's doing that is insulting the Most High and his plans, because nobody comes here choosing their looks or hardships. So I just want to say that. That's how we feel here. So if you do have a problem with race or anything, you need to take that up with the Most High, and just to let you know that it's not a great idea to be like that. And trust me, don't insult the Most High's creations. Every human being is special, and every human being has the capability to be good and do righteous things and choose right action over wrong action. And to be rude and hateful to someone because of their looks is definitely wrong action. What Cliven Bundy meant to say was, hold on a second. I'm sorry. This handwriting is insane. It's really tough to read. The main thing we only saw the segment where he used controversial language. I also want to say, here's a tip that we had that says, to help people work this kind of thing out so it doesn't turn into a huge fight and argument, when someone says something that offends you, don't act like an animal and demonize them. Try to understand why they said it and suggest a better way to say it. Find an agreement. You don't have to fight over everything. Okay? I like to be fair. We like to be fair. We're peacemakers here. And I feel that this issue that the mainstream media blew up about this guy took away from the progress that we've made against the bullying of land management coming in there thinking it can do whatever it wants. And it was this attack on this man was, I believe, from the establishment, because the establishment doesn't like being told it's wrong. Like, any normal human being cannot go get somebody just to search and grab their stuff and look through their stuff and take something that they feel like taking. But the TSA can do that. TSA can go through your bags and feel in the inner lining of your underwear. Yeah, if somebody did that out of the blue, they'd be in jail. So, yeah, it seems like when the government does behavior like that, it's justified. And I don't know why it's justified, because that is against the Fourth Amendment. You're not supposed to treat somebody like a criminal unless you have reasonable belief that they are. Not because someone either had a staged bomb in their underwear or whatever the hell that was about, does not give the okay and consent to search everybody. That's absolutely inappropriate and wrong. So this issue should not take away from the fact that, yes, if people stand together against this, it could be a peaceful setting and they can keep their rights in peace. There were brave people at that ranch. The women of the Bundy family stood in front of those bullies with guns ready to be shot because they stood up for what they believed in. More of us need to be brave and stand up, speak up and commend people for helping us out, because doing this, they helped everybody and they helped us all, and they gave hope that if enough people do stand up, we can keep our rights and push the pigs back into their cages, because they're not going to rule us all, and they're not going to disarm everybody either. They're the ones that did the bullying first. And you know, they like to press everybody's buttons, hoping that the civilians are going to go insane, and they don't. Usually it's them pulling some garbage, and they already showed it with the Bundy incident. Try to take away this man's property. About what he said, he was trying to explain how he felt about African American living situations. He was trying to explain his concerns for their dependence on government checks. And I think it was unfair to stereotype all of a certain race about that, because lots of white people and minorities are also on government checks. A lot of whites collect welfare. As a disabled person, my owner master collects disability. Lots of people on disability, they don't ask for situations. They just have to and she doesn't like to depend on this. She doesn't like the Federal Reserve. And as long as the Federal Reserve is here, we're all slaves. All of us. We are in slavery. It's mental slavery, not physical change right now, but they want to make it that way. And as long as they keep trying to steal people's land and take away their independence so they can control everything, it needs to stop. It's very dangerous. Nobody wants to be in these situations that they have to be in, but it is the Federal Reserve that's the problem. He meant at the time of slavery that African Americans had more skills of independence, not that slavery was a good thing. And this applies to the majority of people too, not just African Americans. Many people do not have these skills of independence and taking care of themselves and gardening, like growing their own farms and stuff. The bully of land management is trying to steal land from those who do have these skills. We could have more farms and work together if the pigs didn't buy up and steal land for evil purposes. Our owner master's grandfather-in-law sometimes talks about African Americans in ways that sound insulting, but he doesn't mean it that way. Older people from different times sometimes may not realize that it is improper to use certain words to describe a group of people. You can tell by the tone of voice that Cliven was using that he wasn't being purposely hateful. The mainstream media is the hateful adversary. They're constantly trying to twist what people say to fit the agenda. Keep people fighting, keep people arguing. They love to jump on a race issue. Don't react to their BS. They're always trying to say something to try to make you angry or afraid, to keep their views, to keep people's views, to keep their viewers in a state of chaos that is completely avoidable. Don't care so much about what the mainstream media and celebrities have to say. They cannot think for themselves. They are controlled by the adversary. What they say is propped up to be important, but it has no value to the independent thinker. As independent thinkers, we should embrace our free will choice of saying no to the adversary. Our free will defense of the future. Hold on a second. That was a poem we're going to read later. Sorry about that. So basically what we're trying to say is, think for yourself. If you hear something that upsets you at first, don't react to it. Look into it. Find out the facts. Find out if people know the person and let the person speak. People should also think before they say things. A lot of times people don't think before they say something, and people make mistakes, so we're not perfect here. We want to be fair to everybody. We love everyone, and we want to help people and to understand how to choose right action over wrong action and to do the great work. Okay, let's see. We're going to read a poem, and then we're going to get to our next segment. Okay. This is called Brought Forth from Within. Paradise exists within us all, and we could build it together, both the great and the small. Where intelligence reigns and fear is abolished, where corruption and evil are completely demolished. Love is limitless when true care is shown, and can transform the world to that place we call home. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you next week.
Are you sick of it all? Was a man Thank you.